Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being with us here for a special CBS 8 Plus extended forecast ahead of another atmospheric river making its arrival across the state of California. Right now, the heavier rain is centered up around Northern California, moving down through Central California, but we've got our rain expected tonight through tomorrow. It looks like the best window to expect the more moderate to heavy rounds of rain going to come about 10 p.m. tonight all the way through 10 a.m. tomorrow. That's going to be the heavy rain, but we could start to see some light showers as early as really the noon hour through 1 p.m. We're at 20 to 10%, climbing a little bit more by 7 to 9 p.m. to 50% chance of rain. So all of the showers that we see between, say, the noon hour and 9 or 10 p.m., they're going to be generally lighter. They become a little bit more intense, moderate to heavy as we go into the overnight hours, and we'll look at that on our radar here. So you can see how between now and about 6 p.m. things stay relatively light. There is the expectation of a few sprinkles here and there, lighter precipitation. Wind speeds are really going to start to climb. Right now, no watches, warnings, or advisories in effect across the county of San Diego. In fact, San Diego is the only coastal city in the state of California that is not under any watch, warning, or advisory right now. The majority of the state of California along the coast is under a flood watch, at the very least. In some cases, advisory, depending on how intense that rain is as it's coming down. But remember, we're going to be the last ones to see this storm in the U.S., and we're also going to be seeing the lightest accumulations because we tend to get the weaker end of this storm. So take a look. Here is 6 p.m. If we go from 6 p.m. through about midnight, 1 a.m., we start to get the heavier bands. That's the yellow and orange here on the screen. As we go from 1 a.m. to the morning commute, that is where things start to really pick up in intensity. If you have a 5 a.m. morning commute, moderate to heavy rain possible, starting to really pick up over the mountaintops. Things dwindle after about 10 a.m. on Wednesday. So tomorrow by the afternoon, we'll start to see calmer wind speeds. We'll start to see fewer showers on hand, and then into tomorrow evening, by Wednesday, just around that evening commute time, we'll only really see showers remaining over the mountaintops, lighter accumulations, and lesser impact expected along the coast. But keep in mind, we could still have a couple inches on the ground by this time. So you're still going to notice the ponding on the roads, for example. This storm has started to bring our forecast models up, meaning our rain accumulation models are starting to trend higher and higher as the storm comes closer and closer. That leads us to believe that as we get closer to this storm, these are coming into more agreement. They're becoming more and more accurate and reliable. And Oceanside's looking at 2.2 inches possible, 2.7 up in Fallbrook, 2.5 in Ramona. These are very decent accumulations. Down toward the South Bay, lighter accumulations. So notice they lessen as you go down south. That's because the storm keeps weakening, and it also comes from north to south. So as it heads south, it weakens in its impact. This is going to be a warmer storm. You notice where our afternoon high temperatures are today. No longer are we seeing those afternoon highs in the 30s, for example. Remember weeks ago when we had winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories in effect? Not the case, because we simply see this as rain for everyone. The snow cutoff right now is about 7,000 feet for the end of this storm. To start off the storm, we're closer to 9,000 feet. That leaves out virtually every mountain of San Diego, the highest elevations even. It looks like San Bernardino is going to get more of an impact, whereas we will see that weaker version. 62 this afternoon for Del Mar, 64 for Carlsbad, 64 for Oceanside. Even El Cajon could make it to nearly 70 this afternoon. So we are seeing that those warmer temperatures prevail, and this is a warmer storm tapping into that subtropical moisture. That is Pineapple Express, as many call it. So tomorrow, yes, it will be cooler. We'll have that trend of temperatures dropping between now and your Wednesday afternoon. And then it looks like by the time we get through the end of the week, we're going to start to see those temperatures really make a more notable climb. So we'll start to see our temperatures move, especially inland, from 60 to 65 degrees. We'll also dry out more notably. So from Thursday through about Monday, we'll have a 5-day stretch there of dry weather. And then by Tuesday of next week, we are already gearing up for another chance of rain in the forecast. Now, I know that is a full week out. It's very tough to say with more than a week to go what that storm could look like, but it is something to keep an eye on as we move forward. Now, One thing to keep in mind is that across the mountains and deserts, we're going to be seeing a larger impact, especially across the mountains. We've got that by the weekend will dry out, and then into early next week, about Tuesday or so, we'll see even more rain on the way. Lightest impacts are going to come across the deserts. Temperatures stay in the 70s out there, 76 degrees this afternoon, staying in the upper 70s by the time the weekend approaches. You can head to CBS8.com/weather. We, of course, are keeping track of this storm. We also encourage you to join us for our live coverage of this storm. It'll be taking place all morning tomorrow. So from 4:30 to 7 a.m. on CBS 8, we will be walking you through each wave of moisture, how much we've seen already, how much more is yet to come. And then from 7 to 9 a.m. we'll be over on the CW for another 2 hours of that local coverage. So keep in mind, you can join us all morning long. We are working for you and getting you the latest on this storm, making sure that you are safe as you head out the door. So watch out for that wind and rain again beginning late tonight, lasting all the way through the day on Wednesday, tapering off by Wednesday night. We appreciate you being with us. I'm Evan Irani. Have a great day.